Another interview for you as we welcome on Peter Byrne, Towns County Lady Indians soccer coach. Coach Byrne, thanks for your time today.
Not a problem.
Now, Coach, you're 4-1 with a tie halfway through the season at this point. Are you pleased with the way that your season's gone so far?
Relatively. I feel like, our season's kind of getting just warmed up and our region games are starting, so, we'll see how it goes from here on out.
Yeah, I know last year you went 8-8 with your third straight trip to the state playoffs. What would it mean to this program and to you to be able to get back there 4 years in a row?
I think it'd be quite an achievement, especially for my senior players who have experienced that all 3 years. I think that, that's a goal that they'd really like to achieve. It's one I'd also like to achieve.
And since 2011, you've put together a 500 win percentage or better in each year. Since then, what impact do you feel that success has had on the program and the kids that you're able to filter through?
That's a difficult question to answer because I feel like it sets the bar for the next generation that's coming through and shows that soccer can be successful in a school of our size and in this area, and that it is possible.
Right.
That's more so than anything else.
Yeah. And now, so far this season, your girls, it seems like on both sides of the ball, playing very well, outscoring opponents 17-5. And as you said, the season has it's at the halfway point, but it's just kind of warming up for you. Where is your offense and defense right now compared to where you'd like them to be, I guess, when you're peaking?
I feel like, the last game we played defensively very well. Although we lost 0-1, we played very well. We were playing a strong team. Defensively, I felt like, we were pretty close to playing about as good as we could play in midfield and defensively. Offensively, we're missing one of our starters up front, and that kind of hurt us. So I feel like we can go a little bit further on that side of the ball, but we're pretty close to if we can play like we did in our last game, we're pretty close to getting to about as good as we can play.
Yeah. And now last year, it seemed 4 of your last 5 games that you closed out last season before the state playoffs, you kind of hit a little bit of a rough patch there, dropping 4 of those final 5 regular season games. And this year, your last 4 games come on the road, 2 of which are region contests. What are you trying to tell your girls to avoid, a similar rough patch this time around?
The hardest thing, some of those games just came against very good opponents. Our region opponents are very difficult teams to play against. They're all private schools, and it's a tough region to be in.
Right.
Part of it. The other part is spring break, which tends to break up our season. We have a hard time, especially the younger girls, refocusing on playing soccer after they've had a week off. They kind of feel like it's summer already, and it's hard to get that mentality back once you've lost it. I think this year, now that I have more experienced players in and I'm less reliant on players that are freshmen to come in and play, I don't think it'll be as much problem this year. But again, the end of our schedule is going to be very demanding, particularly the region games.
Yeah. Well, Coach Byrne, thanks again so much for your time on Blitz today, and we look forward to seeing you get your girls back into the state playoffs once again this year, and wish you the best of luck.
Well, thank you very much.
Thanks, Coach. A quick break, and on the other side, we have our Players of the Week here on Blitz.